So behind me is Al Masmak Palace. This is an important part in Saudi Arabia's history. This is where it was stormed by King Abdul Aziz. You know, it was an interesting time when guns first come around. They were using bayonets at the beginning. This is one of the only historic buildings that survived. This fort played an integral role in the unification of Saudi Arabia. So we're gonna go in and find out a little bit more about it. I've got Lee with me. He's my Saudi friend, so he's gonna help me and explain the history, you know, as he's familiar with this.
And they call this area Sah al-Masmak. Sah al-Masmak, why? Because this is the backyard of Masmak, this is the Masmak.
Okay.
So the name of this castle is Masmak.
This is a famous gate, right?
Yeah, this is the famous gate. So technically they own Riyadh city after they open this gate, go through this gate, right? So they have the famous scene when the king, they opened the gate back in the day when they pushed the gate open for the people who was inside, taking over the castle. And after that, from that day, King Abdulaziz becomes the king and the one that unites Saudi Arabia together. So yeah, tell you, people here are generous. Giving you candle, welcome you here. No, in general, Saudi people are like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone just come up and gave us candy.
Yeah.
A nice little treat.
Exactly. So also this is protection for the gate. So the shooter can shoot the people try to open the gate. Oh, it falls. Sorry.
We'll take a walk in the museum now.
So this is the big wood gate. This gate was back in the day opened like when you enter, like you bring some stock like camels and animal carrier to bring something to inside the castle. So they open the big gate. Small gate is for normally used day every day.
Right.
So this is the small gate. And they open the big gate when they need to use the big gate.
Right.
Yeah. So this famous story about this door here. It was King Abdulaziz standing here, actually from this gate, like coming out of this gate, the small gate, right? And there is a spear hit exactly next to his head. And they said in the story he didn't even flinch, right? So they left the spear in the door to memorize people of that moment, right? So they left the metal of the piece of the spear is here. So this is...
That's the metal of the spear there.
That's the spear that's the king. If he hit him that day, Saudi Arabia doesn't exist today.
Oh. Crazy.
In this moment.
Isn't it?
Not much. Yeah.
Isn't it? Our history.
Yes.
But in January, Abdulaziz managed to force the small gate and enter the fort, enabling the main gate to be opened to let in the rest of the men. Although outnumbered 2-1, Abdulaziz and his men fought their way up the staircase and along the ramparts, killing or wounding half the garrison. Until Ajlan was finally shot dead by Prince Abdullah ibn Jalawi. With Ajlan dead, the remainder of his men surrendered as Abdulaziz offered to spare their lives. Thus,
This is the famous
Abdulaziz
saying.
was proclaimed Emir of
Allah
Riyadh.
Akbar, al-mulk lillah thumma al-Abdulaziz. I mean, like the power and in charge is to God, and after that, the King Abdulaziz, you know.
In the back there is where the king would host the guests when they came. And here is like a relaxing...
This is like the entry, the first
entry.
hosting. Yeah, they made the coffee here because everything
Alright.
made in.
like a reception almost.
Yeah.
And there's the
Something
coffee
like
making over there while you wait to meet the king.
This is tradition Saudi art. This is also made all by the sheep and camels and everything. So this is was used in like carpets and everything. So actually Saudi Arabia back in the day, they taken over Qatar, Bahrain, and Dubai, and part of Oman. So it actually belongs to Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And here they extend more, come over Yemen and to Kuwait and a little bit of Iraq. Right?
Oh, weapons.
Yes, and this is what when the British visit them, bring to them.
Right.
Yeah. The English, English gun.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can see the name.
Oh yeah, British made muzzle loaded musket. Bayonet. They have the equivalent of the Grand National over here. quite into their horses, the Arabian horses, also into the camels. Camels can sell up for up to £1 million. There is a camel market, opens at like 6 a.m, but I don't think I can wake up that early. But it's a lot of trading going on, and you know, you're seeing them look at the camels, lifting them up on like the, what do you call it, harnesses, put them on the back of pickups. It'd be interesting, but it's too early.
So these people you see is the people who enter with him. So it's a little bit story about every person who was with him in that day. Because you know, Saudi Arabia is a tribes, families, right?
Right. You're saying with the names, like
Exactly.
Lee was saying here, like by your surname is like a tribe. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you say their name and they know what sort of tribe you're from.
Exactly. This is tradition clothes. Even when you ask like why do you dress white and black, but this is like because of what right. But this is how back in the day dress.
I mean, not really much different.
Yeah, no, here it's different.
A little bit different on the collars.
You talk about before 100 years.
Yeah.
Not really far, right?
Okay, this is an interesting one. It's a little
This
bit
is like
more.
occasionally this extra layer of cloth that will come on the top of the white clothes, and different people do it different color for different occasion, you know.
And this is called a dagla.
So the top is the white only dress.
Yeah.
Dagla is the another dress that when you dress top the top. See the castle from outside have like rounded corners. You are one of them now. Back in the day, what was the shooting?
Would there be like a wall between us?
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to shoot from here, right?
Right now it's hard because they remake it
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
But back in the day, they definitely make it in a good size with the purpose, you know.
Right. Yeah, look at this one. You'd have to have an interesting gun to shoot out there, right?
The people who remake it now, they just remake it to make it look good. But you know, back in the day, they would really shape it as
Sure.
had a straight.
Great Wall of Riyadh.
So this is the Masmak here.
That's where we are now.
Yeah. This was the market. Sahat al-Balad, this is like big space area where gathering speeches and everything to do probably. So every old house will have this small
Courtyard.
inside the house, you know.
Every house has this inside.
Yes, back in the day, but mostly like that people had money, they would have a house like that.
So this is the prayer call now, right? So the prayer call is going off. You can hear this now. How have I not heard this like at the hotel? Doesn't it go off in the morning?
No, it goes sometimes, but where you live is you're not maybe probably close to mosque enough to they can hear it.
Right.
And also you stay in a hotel, it's too loud, the area, you know?
Right.
A lot of building, cars, air conditioning. Your room is
I haven't
inside.
heard anything. Mind you, I've been pretty tired. So the religious police disappeared about 5 years ago from the streets, and their power was taken away. This is a religious police truck.
This is Sahat Safa. This is where they give you the death penalty and everything.
This is
What is the
death
chop
row.
chop? That's the death row.
Chop suey,
Yeah.
as they say.